Hey, welcome back to Steve Reads a Comic. What's up, fellas?
What's it? Hello.
Hello. All right.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
What is today?
Today is
Thursday,
the 14th.
Thursday, April 14th. Coming to you pre-recorded. Why did I say pre-recorded? Like, you
I was
can't
going to say,
pre-record.
this isn't live. I thought you were going to say live. It's like, no, it's not.
So it's recorded, though. Like, why do they say pre-recorded? It's just recorded. You can't pre-record something. You just record something.
That is
Pre-recorded
true.
is like something you would do in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, like where they're like, oh, we'll pre-record a message, dude, and then they like play it. Like,
yes,
that's not, the term doesn't really make sense.
So, and maybe we're time travelers and we are pre-recording.
Pre-recorded. All right. So what's new? What's hot? What's new? Anything good?
Yeah, Kristen and I got to go to Tunica Casino and Resort at the Horseshoe, and we saw Tom Segura this past weekend for her birthday. So that was kind of, I wanted to do that. She, that was a birthday gift to me.
Yeah, I was good.
No, but she had heard Tom before, and she had a good time. And
now, did she laugh out loud? Did she enjoy the show?
Yeah,
I can honestly say I've never heard Kristen laugh. I don't know what her laugh sounds like.
She laughed half the show, and then half the show was she like cringed.
Yeah,
because some of the stuff, when he'll just shit all over like religion and stuff. So she's
yes.
she cringed at that, But the other, she's seen him before. We both laugh at him. He's great, man. He's so funny.
Yeah, he's really funny.
He started off, we're in Mississippi, and he started off just bashing the fucking Confederate statues and stuff. Like, why are these still up? Why are these still up?
Right?
He's like, I'm just trying to get a feeling for this crowd, see where the January Sixers are. It was, dude, he was great, man. And then somebody was screaming out while he was doing his show. She was like, I love you. And she's like, well, I love your wife more. And he's like, well, why don't you fucking go to her show? Yeah, it was great, man. He's so funny. I guess his dad died. I didn't even know, man, because I listened to their podcast with his wife, Your Mom's House. And
Yeah.
I must have missed an episode where he said his dad died, but I guess it's been a couple months. So
maybe he didn't say it.
Yeah, maybe he didn't. But
it's not like you guys are really close.
No, but he's usually.
I'm guessing it's just a case of Steve not listening. That's usually.
I mean,
he's pretty the culprit.
He's pretty honest with his audience about everything. So I just must have missed that episode or something.
Yeah.
But so he talked about his dad on stage. It's pretty good, man. It was awesome. Cool. Lost about $200 gambling. Not too bad. So.
I hate gambling. I've never been good at it. I think the first time I went is when I lived in Memphis, and like me, Rob, and Rob went down to Tunica and just played roulette. And I was up at one point, and then I was down. And I lost everything.
Yeah, we were both. Kristen was up big, probably. Well, big for she's probably up like $45.
Right. That's what I was up like maybe $50. I should have just called it quits, but I was like, no. Gotta let it ride, Johnny.
And she was up, but I kept losing, so she kept giving me some of her winnings until we both were sunk.
Well, that sounds like every time I go to the casino with you.
Yeah, I'm always out of money within like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, why am I doing that? I could have bought a Hot Toys.
You gotta bet the max. You can't bet. You gotta bet the max, dude. What's the point of winning if you're gonna win?
You doing the slots?
Yeah, I just did slots.
Oh, okay.
I want to do the tables, but I'm gonna like go online to learn how exactly to play and the etiquette and everything, because I don't want to fucking ruin someone's hand, like
right?
Because I don't know what I'm fucking doing. Because people will get mad at you, man. Like if they go all the time, they know what they're doing.
Dude, the most accurate scene I've ever seen in a movie of people gambling is in Swingers, Like that's my experience trying to gamble in a casino is like, he's like, double down. And like, and then he doubles down and then he loses. And then like this 90-year-old woman she wins. He's just like staring at her. Like, it's so funny. She barely knows how to play. She's like, what do I have? I don't know what I have. And then he's like, 21, you got 21.
Rounders wasn't a better, more accurate.
I have not seen Rounders. So
dude, Rounders is one of the best card game movies out there, man.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's a great.
I said realistic though. And
yeah,
I'm guessing
I know.
it is not.
I was being sarcastic.
No, but I'm telling Steve though, like it's got to be that scene in Swingers, man. Like that's the reality of.
The most fun I think we've ever had is when Johnny.
Rob, stop touching your mic. Sorry,
I was spinning my phone.
Yeah, stop. Whatever that is.
When Johnny and Darlene came down, remember?
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
She got, what was that, Scramboli or something? I don't know. But anyway,
no, I'm not talking about her.
Yeah, we went to.
That's not hilarious. What was hilarious is we were playing roulette and I kept betting the same number the whole time, and then as soon as I'm out of money,
let me tell the story. Let me tell the story.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we're at the roulette table. We're all playing pretty much. And Steve like has a number
roulette table down there or something, don't they? Like that's what I remember about.
Well, we always played dollar, but I think it's gone up.
Dollar.
Since then.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got it, but I wasn't playing that one.
Yeah, we were just. Yeah, I like just playing for fun. You get free drinks.
Right.
So whatever. We're all playing. And we must have been there an hour playing at the table. I mean, we're just, winning a little bit of money here and there. And Steve always puts like some chips on this certain number. I forget what number it was.
It's got to hit eventually, right?
Yeah, you would think.
Yeah.
So Steve's out of money. That seems to be a theme. Steve's out of money. And so immediately I was like, I put a stack of chips on the number he was playing all night.
Nice.
And then Johnny goes, well, why not? And then he puts a stack of chips on there. Then everybody at the table basically put chips on his number.
Just because I had ran out of money.
Just because he ran out of money.
Right.
And he couldn't play. And I'll be goddamn if that number didn't hit. Everybody won at the table.
Dude, they weren't putting on like a chip. They were putting on stacks.
We were putting stacks, dude.
I was like, you fucking asshole.
It was great. It hit like literally right after. It was the best thing ever.
It wasn't just my family, dude. It was people at the table that had been watching me.
Everybody was doing it.
Like strangers were putting it on. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Well, I have to know what number and why this number.
8.
What number was it?
It was 8.
I know why. I know what number it was. It was his ex-girlfriend's birthday, I think.
Is that
why we're betting 8?
That's why you were betting 8. I don't know.
I used to put
I don't remember.
money on 3. 3 was supposedly my lucky number that it would never hit though. I would be like, I always put like 1 chip on 3.
Yeah.
I'd always bet on black just because of that stupid saying. And I would like just lose. I'm like, why do I do this to myself? Like, but yeah, that's the only thing that it only makes sense though, that it would hit after you ran out of money. Of course.
Oh, dude, you couldn't have made it better. I mean, honest to God, I am not making this up. It is exactly how it happened.
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
That's awesome.
I actually came away that evening with some money. I think I had won like almost $250.
Well, you should have won a lot off that number you put.
I did, and then we went to another casino afterwards, and I hit on a slot.
Yeah,
and I never play slots.
And I'm like, I'm out of money, and I'm not drinking because I don't have any money, so I can't get free drinks. So it's just like I'm ready to go, and everybody else is like, we're having the time of our lives.
Steve had to switch. He ran out of money. He was like, I'm going to switch from beer to chocolate milk, I think.
Yeah, get chocolate milk, please. Yeah, so there's nothing more depressing than when you're out of money at a casino. It's just like...
there's nothing more depressing than everybody hits on your number right when you run out. Like,
right.
That's what's depressing.
And that is the most depressing thing. But yeah, you can't go to the ATM at the casino. You just can't.
Oh, dude.
You gotta take the money. If you lose it, you lose. You take it, take it like a champ, and get the hell out of there. Don't be charged. Don't get the 48% service charge from the ATM.
Right, like $10 per transaction. Like, oof. and then your bank hits you with like an extra $250 on top of it. You're like, oh, come on. Like insult to injury here. What the fuck, dude? I remember the first time I gambled at a casino, and it was Steve and I were both underage, and we were in Reno, and we were just playing slot machines, and then like security came up, and we just like ran. And then we got in trouble for jumping on an elevator. I remember that too. They watched us.
Yes,
we were in an elevator.
There's cameras everywhere.
Right. Steve and I, because we were fucking children, we were jumping on this elevator.
I remember jumping, but I don't remember, like, were they waiting for us when the elevator doors opened at the bottom?
I think it was like, I can't remember if it was like as we walked out or if it was like as we pulled out of the parking garage, because we were with your parents.
Yeah.
And I just remember it, like, they didn't like pull us aside, but they were like, we got reprimanded basically. Like, you know, they didn't detain us or anything, but they're like, we saw you jumping on the elevator. You can't jump on the elevator. It's like, well, there's no signs posted that say you can't jump on the elevator. How am I supposed to know that?
What kind of casino is this?
Right. Like, I'm going to Vegas. Reno sucks. I jump on elevators all the time in Vegas.
Dude, Tunica is depressing as hell now, man. Back when we were all living together, it was kind of nice. Now it's all run down. There's like grass growing in the parking lot and shit. And I'm like, yeah.
Really? I haven't been down.
I just remember it was the whole
signs are not even there. They're falling apart.
I remember that. So it was like the whole riverboat thing back, 20 years ago. I don't know if they've changed their gambling laws there, but so it was the quote unquote riverboat gambling. And so I'm sitting there picturing scenes out of Maverick with Mel Gibson and Jodie Foster. And then we get there and it's a building with like a 2-foot moat, but it's basically just a building
right
on the water. I'm like, oh, I wanted the whole thing with James Coburn. I wanted the whole experience.
You wanted that big paddle wheel.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was there for. And it was just like, this is just a building on the water with like a 2-foot ramp.
just so they could say it was on the water.
Right.
Like, we put just enough water to when this boat is in here. Yeah.
But yeah, now we got gambling in Cleveland. I don't ever go. We got Northfield. We got one downtown. I've been to I used to do pest control at both of them. So,
so you don't like gambling?
I'm not. No, I don't. I'm not good at it, and I just always see it as like I could have just spent that money on a thing that I would still have, as opposed to literally just like rolling down my window on the highway and tossing it out is basically the same thing. I don't get that thrill. I just get angry at myself for being stupid with my money.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you win, you win. It's good. But I like I said, even when I was up, then you're on that high. You're like, yeah, keep it going, baby, keep it going. And then you're like sitting there with your like one little 50-cent chip, flipping it around on your knuckles. Like, all right, I'm putting it on 8. And then you're done.
and I was done, and then everyone else was not done. We were sitting next to an old couple playing slots, and we were there Kristen was there for a while. She kept winning, and it was we stayed Saturday night, and then it was Sunday, and we were like, it was like 2 PM. We needed to get out of there, but she kept winning, and I was like, I've never had this feeling like where we keep winning, but at the same time, you're like, oh God, can we just lose so we can get out of here? Know, because you can't leave when you're winning. But it's like we're playing.
You can.
That's the whole point. That's exactly what you should do. You got to hit that cash out button eventually.
Yeah, but it's like I could see if we're playing like $5 slots, but it was like penny slots. It's like let's just like we're not. If we cash out, we're not taking home giant winnings. We might as well try and run it down to hit the jackpot at least. So
right, you want to. I think that's probably the key: is pick a slot machine and then live there for a week until it fucking hits finally. Like you got to have a ton of money to finally get your money back. But don't take my advice. I don't win. So
yeah,
like I'm not a win. I'm over at the penny slots too. But like Steve said, it's always like max bet, baby. It's like, why am I playing penny slots then?
Yeah, you're literally betting like $10 a pop.
Yeah,
right.
The penny slot sounds so intriguing, and then when you get there and you realize the max is like $5 to $6 a bet for pennies, you're like, oh shit.
And you're like, well, you got to play max bet.
I don't even know what the minimum table is anymore. I like just playing $1. $1.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Sean was right. They did have like 50-cent roulette tables at one point.
They did at one point.
Yeah, I don't know if they do anymore.
Like the only place in Vegas that had like cheaper stuff was in the old section. What was that?
I was gonna say, like, minimum
Fremont
bet
Street.
there was
Fremont,
like $5. I think was like the cheapest roulette table in Vegas. I was like, too rich for my blood,
dude.
I'll just spend all this money on alcohol,
right? Like Fremont is where I want to be, dude. It's just a bunch of poor people kind of like people. Me. Exactly. Everybody's having fun, you know. No one's uptight. Yeah, it's great.
When I think of Fremont, I just think of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Like that's like that old Vegas scene. I don't know if you've seen that movie or when the last time was you watched that movie, but I think of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and all the stuff that happens to them there.
I think of Back to the Future 2.
Yeah,
because that hotel was right at the end of that Fremont Street there.
Okay.
So I read this article of it was just a little bit interview with Sam Raimi and Cumberbatch, whatever his name is.
Yeah. And hang on.
You got
Pause. It. Take a beat. Take a beat. Rob gets a name right, and it's Cumberbatch. That's the name that you get right. Like
I was like, I think that's right.
He can't remember like Elliott Smith, but he's like Benedict Cumberbatch. Like nobody gets that name right, and Rob nails it.
I thought for sure he was going to be like Engelback, Slapty-back.
Right? Yes, Mengelbert,
Slapty-back, Slapbungwalla.
Yeah. So what was I saying?
Sorry, Sam Raimi.
I know I shocked you. Oh, it was just an article for the Madness movie coming out, and I read it because it was Sam Raimi, and we're supposed to watch Evil Dead 2 for next podcast, and they were saying that I was shocked that you don't want to see this because that's one of your favorite movies, right? And they say that this has got like it's as close to horror as it's gonna get, you know.
In the Marvel universe.
In the Marvel universe, yeah.
I don't know. I watched Hawkeye.
But Feig was saying, yeah, that's true. Feig was saying,
Feige?
Yeah, whatever his name is. I've heard it both ways.
It's Feige.
The other way is
Feige
wrong.
was saying that they had to tell Sam to, you know, make it more, you know, it's Marvel, but we want it to be with your style, you know? And so they kept, you know, he had to encourage Sam Raimi to, you know, use, you know, his skills basically.
Well, didn't that have another horror director attached
I want it to
it?
be like Evil Dead 2, or, you know, I want it to be, you know, I want you to do what you do.
Yeah. Wasn't there another horror director attached to it before Sam Raimi?
Yes.
Yeah, and then he got canned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the guy that directed the first one, his name's Scott Derrickson.
Yeah.
Him and Robert Cargill did one of my favorite horror movies called Sinister. Maybe I'll make you watch that one day. That's a really good horror movie. They co-wrote that, and I think Scott Derrickson directed it. He directed the first Doctor Strange. He co-wrote that with Robert Cargill. But yeah, then they like fired him, and it's probably like my theory on that is always the same thing. Like when they fired Edgar Wright off of Ant-Man, I feel like they wanted to turn it into like a real movie and not just a Marvel movie, and they were like, "Get the fuck out of here! You got to keep it."
Yeah, they
keep it Marvel.
They touched on that in the interview, and they said that Feige said that it was creative differences. He wanted it more like a real horror movie, and that they still talk or whatever. Yeah. You know, they didn't like leave like
he's
pissed
like a
off.
Consultant on the project.
No, not that far.
Well, I think he co-wrote it. I don't know if he still has a writing credit.
I think he does.
Know.
I think he does.
So,
there's another guy that's got I forget what they said.
Yeah, Robert Cargill. Yeah,
but I found that interesting that this is a movie you're not going to go see.
Well, I've been kind of hyping myself up a little bit. I've been on a big Sam Raimi kick recently.
Yeah.
And he's directed so many movies that I really enjoy, from Evil Dead 2, Darkman, Army of Darkness, the first Spider-Man trilogy, A Simple Plan, The Gift.
Oh, Simple Plan. I forgot about that.
And then
Return to Oz.
I have not seen that.
That's his last film. It's been a long time since he's directed.
The most recent one for me was called Drag Me to Hell, and it was a horror movie, and it was really good. It's an underrated horror flick. It's very Sam Raimi. The unrated version has some gore in it, and it's a really fun horror movie. That was the last thing I watched, and so I don't know. I'm mulling it over. I might go see it just because it's Sam Raimi. Even though I don't give a shit about Stephen Strange or any of that, or the multiverse for that matter.
Hey, man,
I expect everybody to freak out when characters start showing up, and I'm just going to sit there and be like, yeah, of course we're going to have characters. It's a fucking multiverse movie. Why are you surprised? Like, I'll be shocked if I don't know, John Travolta from Pulp Fiction shows up, then I'll be like, oh, I did not see that coming. However, other Marvel characters from Fox or whatever, if they start showing up, I'll be like, yes, this makes sense. Like I don't care about that stuff.
They touched on that. They said, I think the interviewee, whoever the writer was for the story, I think he said it probably some of the rumors are true and some of them aren't. He's like, it's just going to be like Spider-Man, Homecoming or whatever, whichever the last one was.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
where
if Ash from Evil Dead shows up, I will be stoked.
Dude, Ash himself. Yeah. Bruce Campbell's going to be in it. I mean,
Bruce Campbell will be in it. The old Delta 88 will be in it. Yeah, the Delta 88 will be there somewhere. But I haven't even seen all his movies. Like, I never saw The Quick and the Dead. I never saw Crime Wave.
Oh, you never saw The Quick and the Dead? Oh, I love that movie, man. That's the one with Sharon Stone, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget. There's one or two other ones I haven't
seen. Christian Slater or somebody like that.
Do you not like Westerns?
No, they're okay. I'm not big into Westerns at all, though. It's nothing I've ever tried. The ones I've seen, I liked Unforgiven. I like Tombstone. Maybe that's all I've seen. I don't know. I saw Silverado. That was okay.
I'm your Huckleberry.
I like Tombstone a lot, and I did enjoy Unforgiven. But I don't know why I'm just not real big on Westerns for whatever reason. I don't have any, it's not. They're not like musicals.
I was never a John Wayne fan and got into all that.
I don't even know if I've ever seen a John Wayne movie.
I need to see some Clint Eastwood stuff. Like, I need to see like the Man with No Name trilogy, that kind of stuff.
Outlaw Josie Wales.
Yeah, stuff in that. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I've never seen any of that stuff though.
I haven't watched a Western in a long time.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'm mulling it over. I might go see it.
Yeah, I'll go and see it. Come on.
I wish it was playing. I don't know. I was just playing like later in the year. But
when's it come out?
May 5th, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, beginning of May.
Jimmy,
what other Marvels are coming out this year? Movies, not shows. Anybody? Bueller?
Isn't Thor?
Yeah.
Is that this year?
Love and
I
Thunder.
think so.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the only other one?
I think it's in the fall.
That Miss Marvel show.
I just said movies.
He just said movies.
Is Blade a movie?
That's in the future.
I think it's going to be a series, isn't it? Or is it going to be a movie?
I thought it was going to be a movie.
Is it? Oh, okay.
I don't know. I the only thing I can think of is Thor, because they've delayed so much.
Yeah. So we're just getting.
Well, you're definitely going to see Thor, right?
I got to see the trailer. I'm not a Thor fan either. I liked Ragnarok, but I've never been a fan of that character.
Yeah, but you've enjoyed all the Thor movies, though.
I liked Ragnarok a lot. I thought the first one was okay. The second one was less okay. I've just never been into Thor as a character. I've never read his comics. I don't like his character design. I'm not. It's the same as Doctor Strange. It's literally the same thing. Like, I don't care about Thor. However, since I think it's Taika Waititi again, I'll probably go see it because he did Ragnarok. So
yeah, Black Panther, on board. Wakanda Forever.
Oh, November Wakanda 11th. Forever. Oh, okay.
Is that still coming out this year? Holy shit!
Yeah. On Disney Plus, you got Miss Marvel, like Steve said, but the one that I heard was really going to be funny from James Gunn was the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
Oh yeah.
Evidently they shot that. I think he wrote it during the pandemic, and they shot it while they're filming the third movie.
Yeah.
And he said he had a blast writing it. So that's all I've read about
I think they're still actively filming the third movie because
I
he
think
still
so.
updates.
It comes out
from the
next
set.
year.
Yeah, I'll go see that. I'm stoked about that still. The Marvel Universe is on the decline still, in my opinion, though. It's like it hit a peak.
Go ahead.
And now we're coming down that hill now.
Do we want to talk about Moon Knight?
You can go shit on Moon Knight. Go ahead.
Well, what'd you think about this last episode, Steve?
I had some minor complaints, but overall, I really liked it, man. Like,
all right, what were your complaints, and what did you really like?
My complaints were that they, during the main Moon Knight fight, they kept cutting away to the girl fighting the other dude, and I'm like, please, just give me the whole Moon Knight fight, please. And then the other one was obviously when he's, when Khonshu is taking over him, and he's like screaming all the time.
Like, dude, Maiden and I looked at each other and we're like, what the hell is going on?
Like the first time is all right. Mark rolled his eyes and everything. He's like, what's going on? But then they kept going to the well. I was like, Jesus Christ. All right. But
that was the stupidest thing.
That doesn't throw me off. I'm really enjoying Steven starting to trust Mark. Mark trusting Steven. They're both seems to be fighting for Khonshu. They hinted at Jake Lockley being an even more brutal persona than Mark. So I hope that takes off. But Jake's not.
I bet with all the violence we've got, I bet that will go somewhere.
It's saving it for the end, baby. He's not violent at all in the comic, though. Jake is. So he's just a cabbie that goes around getting information. So, I love the whole Egyptian mystique and all the supernatural elements that, it's always like Egypt, but had technology before their time. I love technology before the time. I love that shit, So, and then the gods, Sean didn't like the gods, but I like the gods.
Have you ever watched Stargate?
Yeah, I love Stargate. I love shit like that. If it's Egypt, if it's about Egypt and Egyptians and
the TV show is much better. Stargate SG-1 was better than this crap.
Yeah, it's got MacGyver in it. It's got Richard Dean Anderson. Of course, I watched it.
I was just disappointed again. We got a little bit of action. It's not great choreography. It's okay. And then, like Steve said, cutting away in the middle of the fight, and then he's getting stabbed with all these spears. There's no blood.
Oh,
mask comes off for no reason.
This is what I'm like. This show,
he's immobilized, but he's not bleeding. And
the suit is completely like supernatural, and it saves him. Like in the comics, even in the original comic I read, like he was just getting beat the fuck up, and he could barely make it out of fights.
Right.
But the suit seems to be saving him from all sorts of injury. So that
keeps blood from leaking out, apparently.
Yeah. So I don't know if I've only read like 3 runs of Moon Knight. There's a bunch more. I don't know if they addressed that in any of the other ones, but that was something new to me, like the suit having powers like that. And like he's definitely stronger with it, but he still takes a fucking beating,
The coolest thing was when his cape did like the moon.
Yeah.
That was it. And that lasted like 0.9 seconds.
Oh, no, dude. That fight was longer. He was breaking people's kneecaps, man. He was...
Okay,
he threw all of his crescent darts at once. I was like, fuck yeah.
Okay,
dude, the scene where he's on top of the pyramid, he looks so fucking awesome.
So, like, when they were fighting, though, and... I'm tired of the whole, like, they did it in the cab scene again where they flip-flop. They don't show any of the action. It's like, dude, I get it. Go on to something else. Just show us something. I'm tired of this crap. That, number one, I'm sick of. Okay, number two, so he's fighting, right? And he's killing people. And the other dude, Steven, doesn't want him to kill people, right? Meanwhile, Layla is just popping people left and right. And Steven doesn't seem to have a problem with her popping, killing people. And I'm like, dude, come on. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I like it when Steven
and then the whole yelling thing in front of the council. I was like,
Jesus. That was literally the point where I texted you guys.
I bet.
I paused it and I was like, I don't know if I can finish this episode. This is so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It is a cartoon for children. It is a live action cartoon for children. It is, again, much like Hawkeye, it's like Power Rangers level. It is fucking infuriating.
Hell, the fight scenes in Power Rangers are better.
No,
I think they had more blood.
No.
Right.
I watched Power Rangers with my kids. They are not better. You got a good.
I am reporting you for child abuse.
Okay, let me say one more thing. So, at the end, what was the bad guy? What's his name? I forget.
You mean the most boring villain in the world? Yeah. How could you forget, Rob?
What was he? Why was he back in the temple? Like,
right?
He's got no
right. Because Osiris invited.
Aiden was like, "What is the dude back?" And I was like,
earlier he was Indiana Jones.
I guess they're just trying to give us a plot.
Osiris invited him back, which makes me think that maybe Osiris and Harrow are kind of scheming together, maybe to keep Khonshu out. I don't know.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, this is the most. I'm trying to think of a more boring villain than this fucking character. Like, we're 3 episodes in and he hasn't done shit. Like, he doesn't even like hit people. He doesn't even seem malicious. He's just like a religious zealot that maybe he's killed like 2 people. Like, he doesn't do shit.
Well, I'm guessing he's gonna.
They're gods, and you're telling me they're taking the advice from a mortal, evidently, you know, and they're not.
Well, they're being used by the gods.
Yeah, but they're all seeing. They're supposed to know what's going on. All they got to do is watch this guy for like 5 minutes, and they'll see he's trying to dig up something.
Well, they don't know where the tomb was.
It's so dumb, man. It's really bad. I'm sorry. It's just.
And
I don't know what else.
I'm not invested. Like, they haven't given me a reason to care about anything that's happening on this screen. I don't give a fuck about any character I've seen so far. Like, I'm not invested. Like, they have not given me a reason to like or care about anyone.
You don't even like Mark?
I'm indifferent. He's fine.
He's
fine.
You didn't like Mark?
I don't.
You got
care.
to see Mark fight.
I don't dislike him
for
but
3 seconds.
You didn't like you didn't like the Indiana Jones scene.
He has no pathos. Like there's and then Khonshu. I hate the Khonshu element. I think it'd be way more interesting if they just wrote him as a crazy guy that thinks Khonshu is real.
Yeah.
That none of these gods should be real. He should just be fucking crazy and going out punching poor people like I want him to do. That's what you're supposed to be doing. That's what's entertaining to me.
Yeah, I like the god aspect. I
don't give a shit about any of this mystical crap.
Yeah, you didn't like the Mark scene where he's fighting and they did the guy was licking the knife and then got punched in the face. Like,
no, that was lame. It was those fights again. They've regressed with fight choreography.
That reminded me of Indiana Jones, like when he shoots that guy. He's just like, fuck this, I ain't got time for this. Psh. And then the whole
start watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier again.
Dude, I watched that. I like this better than Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
No,
you would.
Way.
Yes, I do, dude. I fucking this intrigues me more than dude. I don't like Anthony Mackie his ears popping out of that suit from him. It just doesn't do it for me, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And the action that's
your issue. You have a dude running around in an all white tuxedo.
No, the action I've seen Moon Knight. I saw some action in the beginning and the end of that show, and like it's all right. But I
was intrigued by what was again. I was invested in the Winter Soldier. I was seriously invested in his journey dealing with his past trauma, trying to reconcile it with the guilt he felt. I was invested in Falcon. I was invested in his journey, taking on this mantle, this huge responsibility, being the first, I guess technically not the first black man, but the first black man to do it publicly. Like, that's interesting to me. I don't know what I'm supposed to care about this fucking Mark Spector dude. He works at a museum, and a guy tells
Steven does.
Like, it's like I don't care. That's not intriguing. That's
I still don't know what's going on. We're 3 episodes in.
That's what I mean. I don't care.
Is he a schizophrenic? Is he at multiple personality disorder? He hasn't been diagnosed before. There's no history of this. What the hell is going on?
But ultimately, I don't even care. Are they supposed
to tell you everything? Like right off the rip? I don't get that. Like
we already know.
Here is all the intrigue explained and unfolded to you in episode 1, 2, and 3.
That's what I mean, though. I'm going to take it a step further. Rob wants to know what's going on. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if there's 37 personalities in there. It's still not interesting. They haven't written a fleshed out character that I give a fuck about their character arc. It's not there. It's not present.
Well, see, I'm seeing them starting to trust each other, and I love this, dude. Like when he rips off the mirror, he's like, "All right, dude, I need you, man." Like, there you are.
He's literally he switches like mid fight. They have the third personality clearly coming out. Like you said, it's more brutal.
Yeah, but he's trying not to give up. He's trying not to blow it because he doesn't want Khonshu to take over Layla, like he said he was going to do. But he's learning to trust Steven,
I don't even, again, I don't care. But that's what I'm trying to tell you.
I do
You're
care.
invested because you think you're supposed to be. But again, unlike Winter Soldier, who has these issues that people can identify with, same with Falcon, where you're like, oh, wow, that's an intriguing burden to deal with. I don't know what his enemy is. I don't know who's like. If Moon Knight sat at home,
watched the whole show. Like what
would happen if Moon Knight sat at home? Nobody else would deal with this. Like, how did he even get roped into this? Like, it doesn't make sense.
When the show is over and it still doesn't make sense, then you may complain. But dude,
I can complain now because I've given Marvel the benefit of the doubt many times, and they have failed me every fucking time. So I can go ahead at the halfway point and say, "Oh, you fucked up again, Marvel." I'm not.
What was the last failure besides Moon Knight?
I think Steve's
Hawkeye. WandaVision, like Eternals. Like, there's a lot of failure very recently. What are you talking about?
Oh, Eternals! I forgot about Eternals.
Steve sounds like
even I'm with you on Eternals, man.
Steve sounds like a DC apologist.
No, I'm not apologizing, dude. There's no reason to apologize.
It's Batman, or it's
right. It is
Green Lantern. It
is Batman.
Good.
It's Marvel's
Batman.
It's Marvel's Batman. He's cool as fuck, man. Like
compare this series to Daredevil. How much better was Daredevil, Rob?
Oh,
even with having too many episodes. Yeah,
you can't tell. This
is more like that other guy, the white guy that did the kung fu. What was that even called?
The white guy that did the
Iron
Fist. Yeah, this is more like
I didn't
that.
even watch that.
No, you don't even care.
Nah, this is way better.
It's like, who cares?
I'm trying to tell you, this stuff does intrigue me though. Like that's
it would.
You're yelling at me for liking something.
Hey man,
I love this whole world. Good. I love
because you do this same. You don't even. You lack any self-awareness. You did the same thing for Hawkeye. You defended it, and then at the very end, you were like, "What the fuck? That shit sucked!" Like all of a sudden, it all hit you at once. Like, wait, I was bamboozled. It's like you weren't bamboozled. We told you from episode 1 it was terrible, but you didn't believe us.
No, I still enjoyed the Hawkeye part. I was mad about the Kingpin part. That's what I still enjoyed. Hawkeye.
Go back and listen to these podcasts.
Yeah, I do. That's what I do. That's what I do.
So at the end after Moon Knight finishes, because I'm on Disney Plus, right? Then the next thing that comes up is Eternals. The preview. Yeah, I don't know if you know. And so I was like, oh, look, it's all of Moon Knight's personalities up there. I was like, because that movie is about as boring as this show is.
Yeah.
It is. Dude,
you know how they showed the silhouette of all 10 people or whatever, however many.
You just don't care about any of his
personalities.
You don't care about any of this guy's personalities?
Yeah, but focus on one.
No,
tell me something about one. I don't know anything about any of it.
They did one episode with Stephen Grant. The second was Mark Spector.
But then they flip.
Third was them together. And now they're introducing Jake Lockley.
I don't even remember.
Like,
I don't even remember the second episode. I don't even remember the second episode. So I know that we're being deprived of action scenes. The choreography is wanting.
Dude, I don't
care about any of the personalities so far. None of the personalities are intriguing. They had an action scene with
Mark Spector, and then they had a long-ass action scene at the end with Midnight Man, or the antiquity dealer. Like
the antiquity dealer?
Yeah, he's
that dude on a horse.
He's one of Moon Knight's villains. He's called Midnight Man, and he actually, that guy was actually, he had a son called Jeff Wild, I think, And he was, remember in the series we read?
Was any of this in the show?
No.
Then why are we talking about it?
Dude, I was trying to tell you the series that we read where that killer was at the end of the Moon Knight we read. That was actually that dude's son.
Rob, how much better was that 6-issue series we read?
That was much better. Because
it was so much more entertaining.
That's what, remember, the whole thing, the reason I liked it was because I didn't know if he was if he was making that shit up or if he was actually, if it actually was a god. They kept, right. I didn't know, I didn't know which one it was.
That dude's face off. He cut a dude's face off.
Oh, yeah.
And then he had that drama with his friend. And I was invested. I was invested about that drama. This chick shows up. I don't give a fuck about her journey. Like, I know nothing's going to happen to her because you're not allowed to kill women anymore in movies and TV because that's bad. You're not allowed to do that. Every female character has to be just as heroic as the hero.
Wait, are you expecting someone to cut their face off in this show?
I would love to see that. But no,
okay, come on.
I can't be like you and literally grab Kleenex and fucking lotion every time an episode of Moon Knight comes out, though.
Dude, it's not that I'm solely in love with it. I've said some things I don't like, but it's not taking me away from the overall show.
What is the attraction to this character for you in the show? Now, aside from the comic, what do you like about what's happening? What do you like about the character? Describe 3 character traits about this guy.
I like
that you identify
in the show, not the comic.
Right.
I'm talking about Mark's heroism, his love for Layla, him doing everything he's trying to do to protect. I like how Steven is the brains. He's not like that in the comics, but I do enjoy that here where, where he's got something to contribute to and he's scared as shit, but at the same time, he's stepping up to the plate. And dude, he's fucking trying. He just found out
a butterfly, sting like a bee. My name is Steven with a V. Yeah, great stuff there.
He's trying, man. He's trying. And now they're both...
who should have been trying? The fucking writers should have been trying.
Would you let me fucking talk? Jesus, you asked me. No. I'm trying to explain. Okay. All right, well, fine. I like the whole turning the sky back. I really enjoyed that.
That was okay. I'll give you that.
You like having a cartoon to watch.
Dude, I'm trying to tell you I like it. And
everything you're saying is...
You keep telling me I don't like it.
No, I'm not telling you don't like it.
I'm enjoying the show. What am I supposed to say?
I'm not telling you you don't like it. What I'm saying is, please stop repeating yourself. You're not helping anyone. My point is, what I'm trying to do is not tell you don't like it. You do like it. But what I'm saying is what you like is cartoon level.
Okay. So what's the problem with that?
I would like depth. I'm an adult man. I want depth to my characters. I don't want to just be told, hey, the guy in the suit is a hero. You should like him. And then we're like, yay. There's no reason to care about his journey.
Everything I just told you was depth.
No, everything you said was describing. You could say the same thing about a Power Rangers episode. They're brave. They step up for the ones they love. Like that's just the common heroes arc. Give me some depth,
dude. They're fighting for a god. Like you don't ever see that. Like there are.
What are you talking about? Why is that cool? Since when is that cool?
Because he doesn't, dude. He doesn't want to. He could just in this next episode. He could just quit. He's like, I'm free. Like he's trapped, like Khonshu's not getting out. He could do the easy thing and probably just go home, but they're going to go fight for Khonshu, dude. I think that's cool.
But then what would happen?
Like whoever fights for a guy.
What are the stakes?
When does he
loves Layla so much that instead of leaving the god that would take over her next, he's going to help the god. That doesn't make sense.
Well,
right?
He's trying. Well,
no. If he's just doing it for Layla, so that she won't get taken over because he wants to choose his wife next, right?
Well, then he would dip out.
Right? So if he loves her so much, then he'll just stop right now because that god is
Here's what doesn't make sense.
But I don't know if he doesn't make sense about this. He might want Jake. Apparently Jake's more powerful.
Who the fuck is Jake?
He kills people, right?
His third persona.
Moon Knight kills people. Why doesn't he go? This has come down to Austin Powers level logic. Like where Scott powers is like, Dad, we'll go to my room. We'll get a gun. We'll shoot Ethan Hawke. This will be over. He's a dude who puts glass in his sandals. He can't run fast.
Oh, that was the other thing. He was still walking around with glass in his shoe. I heard it. He's walking around. I was telling Sean, I was like, does he always walk with glass? I thought it was just that one time. But yeah,
if Moon Knight was like Daredevil and didn't kill people, I wouldn't have it would be different. But he does. He kills people. So get a gun, shoot the man in the face. End of problem. He's like, it doesn't make sense.
Well, that would be the Punisher.
No, it wouldn't.
Moon Knight kills people. Everyone. Yeah. Okay. So
Layla kills. People.
I'm sure he's going to kill some people.
Shoot that guy. It just it's illogical. They have not put the thought into this that they should have. They haven't followed the comics that are interesting to a modern audience. Instead, they're just like, oh, isn't it funny? He's doing an accent and he's a different guy and he's cowardly, but now he's a tough guy. It's like,
well, Mark,
that's literally his whole personality is multiple personalities. Like that's it.
I think Mark's trying to keep him alive, and supposedly
give him. I don't know, make him an alcoholic. Give him something where you can kind of be like, just make him have depth as a character. Don't make him a Power Ranger. He's a fucking Power Ranger. That's it. That's what Power Rangers do. They summon these outfits and then they can fight. It's literally fucking Power Rangers, bro. And like that's all that's happening.
This is not Power Rangers. I'm sorry. This is not Power Rangers.
Turtles cartoon, the terrible Ninja Turtles cartoon, those Ninja Turtles have more personality than anything in this show. Raphael's angry. Michelangelo's the party dude, right? You get.
And you can say that about any fucking show.
No, you can't.
Yes,
no,
you can.
Cannot.
Yes, you
can.
Okay,
name one. Name a show I love where you could say that.
Punisher.
That's
the Punisher is what he is.
Okay, so the Punisher's whole family was murdered, and that's comparable to a guy who just works at a museum. That's the same background.
No,
is that what you're saying? That's the same thing.
No, he's an old mercenary.
Same depth of character there. No, it's not. It's not the same depth of character. That's my point. We're supposed to care about this guy. They've given us no reason to care about this guy. The Punisher, you're like, oh my god, I hope this guy succeeds and murders everybody because of what they did. With Moon Knight, you're like, I hope he does well. He seems like a nice chap. That's it. That's all you got. They told you to like him, so you like him.
No, I like him because I've read about him, and
look at Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker, young kid. He yearns to go off and be a hero, be a pilot, and do something. You have Han Solo. He's a scoundrel. He's dirty. He fucking kills people that maybe he probably shouldn't kill or whatever. Like, he's got stuff. There's a little bit of depth of character there. Like, there's nothing here, dude. He's literally a Power Ranger. He summons a suit and punches things. That's it. That's it. I don't. You have. You got nothing.
Hey man. No, you like it.
I like him being trapped,
you like it,
dude. I like someone that has to fight against their own will. Like he's fucking stuck. I don't know what's going to happen this next episode. I like that, man. I like.
If this next show opened up and he died, I don't think anybody would truly care. And like if somebody else became the new Moon Knight, it'd be like, yeah, it's interchangeable.
Well, I know you and Rob wouldn't care, but yeah. But I actually do care. I'm really enjoying this show.
I would care. I'd be like, oh, that's a turn. I did not see that coming. That explains why they did not waste time developing his character, because they were just going to kill him off. Dude, I would be like, bravo.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. They had 2 episodes each to develop each of their characters.
I hate Hawkeye. Hawkeye has a family. He's old. He's deaf. He doesn't want to do this anymore. He gets dragged back in. Depth of character.
And they're introducing the characters. You gotta get.
We're halfway done, bro. We're past introductions. We're in the middle act, motherfucker.
Okay,
it's time for shit to happen.
And the mystery is the part that intrigues a lot of people. That's all I'm trying to say.
The mystery of what? The mystery of what?
You gotta find out what happens. I've already told you.
We don't even know what we're supposed to.
I know. Well,
the mystery itself is mysterious. We don't even know what the mystery is we're supposed to solve.
I'm sure you're going to find out about it once you watch more of the show as it progresses. Like that's how shows work. You learn more things about them.
I remember the other thing I hated about this. The scene where they like are going full speed and then it slows down for like a second and then it speeds up again. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what's the point of that?
Yeah.
When what slows down?
I finished Sopranos, and I just want to say one episode of Sopranos has more character development than we've had in 3 episodes of Moon Knight. One episode, you get a sense of who these people are. They feel real. Moon Knight, like, this dude doesn't feel real. He literally feels like a guy who works a concession stand at a museum, and that's his whole life. And then he goes home and goes to sleep. Like, that's his whole personality.
You're still learning about the characters, right? Like, you're still learning.
Halfway done.
The character, it's the same guy. How many fucking...
Dude, and again,
man. It's just not. I
go to this well repeatedly, but it's solid. Mandalorian, you learn everything about that dude in like about the first 5. Everything you need to know. He takes care of business. He's motivated to do his job. And he don't take no fucking shit. He will murder your ass. Warm, cold, you're coming with me, right? Like, that's who he is. He's a loner and he's a bounty hunter. You know everything from and then what they do is they build on that. Like, this guy literally he works concessions at a museum, from what I could tell. And that's it. And then he punches people when the other personality shows up.
What do you expect him to do when he just found out that his other...
I would like them to focus on the marks. They should be focused on the mark. Exactly. And that's who they should be focusing on.
Okay. And
give us his side.
They did in episode 2. And then they did it in this current episode.
No. Make Mark Spector the main character.
The main
personality.
They're starting to show you his relationship.
Okay, what do we know about him? What do we know about him? What do we know about him? Other than he's married. He's married to a woman. What else do we... So he's straight and he's married. What else do we know?
We know that he's straight, married, that he's having trouble telling her the truth about the past that you haven't figured out yet, that you think you're supposed to know in 3 episodes, apparently.
I would love to have again, that's how you see develop a character. You're onto something here. Keep going. Yeah, yes. You're onto something.
So you're seeing he's starting to struggle with that. Okay.
That's what I mean. We're halfway through. We shouldn't be establishing character still. We should be building on a good base. We don't have a good base.
He's got 4 fucking personalities. It takes time to establish his characters.
It's a writing choice.
Dude,
you don't need to establish every single one.
Dude,
you don't. Okay. You can focus on one.
Well, we won't establish anything, and then it'll mean nothing in the end. It's like, great, we didn't establish character.
You're always apologizing.
No, I'm not apologizing.
Here's one aspect. You are apologizing.
I'm enjoying the show, and I think they're doing a good job. I'm not.
I know you always think that, though, but like, I'm asking you to bring in some critical analysis. Some critical analysis. No, dude, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Here's another look at it from another angle. They don't have to come into this show and he already has his personality. They could have started this show and he has one personality. And then we learn as his psyche starts to fracture and we have a reason for it. That would be much more intriguing to me. I would be interested in that.
To you. You just said it, to you.
It's because I have standards when it comes to entertainment.
It's intriguing to me. If they get there on the back end or on the front end, it doesn't matter to me. They're going to tell the story. And I think they're doing a good job so far. And the whole concept of Moon Knight just intrigues the fuck out of me. Like, he's just talking to fucking Khonshu. Khonshu's just sitting there, a fucking bird skeleton. And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? This is crazy. Like, I just love every part of this fucking character. I love this character.
How many of the Fast and Furious movies have you watched?
Dude, all of them. You know I have.
How many of the Fast and Furious movies do you own?
All of them.
Okay. All right. So now we know to discount everything you say.
At least I know what's going on in the Fast and the Furious.
But I can say that this is better than the Fast and Furious. That's all. I know the Fast and Furious is crap.
I will never ever watch Fast and Furious. Then
I still watch it though. I mean, come on, man.
Rob, is that true? Is Fast and Furious worse than Moon Knight? Like, they don't. It's literally everybody just show up and they're like, "Hi, I'm a hero man," and they're like, "Hi, I'm bad man." And then they fight.
That's
basically what we've got so far.
Now you're just fucking.
He's like, I put glass in my shoes. That's my personality. Are you scared?
When that guy was still walking around with that, I was like, come on, man. What? They even put the mic on his shoes this last episode. Like, they made sure you heard it. I was like, dude, okay. I guess if you're summoned by the tribunal, I guess you don't have time to take the glass out of your shoes. That's annoying, but overall, it's not taking me out of the show.
Not annoying. It's a huge error. It doesn't make sense.
It's like the guy it's like Paul Bettany in the beginning of fucking the Da Vinci Code. It's like, it's just that guy self-flagellating himself or whatever. It's like,
okay, but
he's that religious. He's that religious. He's that religious kook. That's the guy.
Also, I'm not
and he's going to
defending
do
Da
whatever.
Vinci Code. That's not a great movie. What the fuck?
This guy's going to do anything he can to make this happen. You know, the guy's fucking
to make
nuts.
what happen? To raise
make
this
Amit,
thing?
Yeah, to make Amit come to life, dude. And he's going to be getting used by Amit. So he's going to get his end. And I'm
dude, I'm always open to changing my mind, and I hope it improves. I hope to death it improves. Like I do. I want to be proven wrong. I would love to come back here next week and be like, oh wow, they really turned it around. Fuck me, these guys are brilliant. And I have changed positions on things. I like the last 4 Harry Potter movies now. So I'm open to change. I'm open to things if they improve. However, we're at the halfway point of this series, and if I never see how this ends, I will not even remember I watched it. Like, it will have no impact on my life.
You are going to finish it though, yeah? Or no?
I am going to keep watching it. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of TV, so it's something to look forward to.
Still watching Halo.
Oh God!
Wait.
I haven't seen it, so let's not talk about it.
Wait, one more thing before we get off Moon Knight. They dropped that Madripoor reference again. So you think we're going to be getting the X-Men anytime soon, or no?
Yeah, they're coming. It's good. Like I said, it could be setting up for in the multiverse. They're coming. They have the rights. We will see the X-Men. I don't know when. They've made no announcements. They're probably going to leave it for movies and trailers and stuff.
Because
don't know when, don't know how.
I was like, oh, Madripoor. Did Layla or Mark come across Sharon Carter or anything like that? So I didn't know how they're going to continue this, but that was exciting for me at least.
Yeah.
Apparently not for you guys.
You get excited really easy.
Not for you guys. Dude, you watched The Mentalist. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, give me a fucking... Now all of a sudden you're like movie critic number 1. Get the fuck out of here. Go watch CBS.
I don't know what The Mentalist is, but it sounds way more interesting than this series.
Yeah, well, you guys would probably say it is. So I'm sorry I like the show, but you know. I'm like so happy right now.
Enjoy what you want, but I just don't understand defending something that...
Dude, I said the stuff I didn't like. It's just not taking me out of the show. Like, it's still enjoyable to me. Like, I just don't know why you don't like a certain aspect of it, and it's just completely taking
a certain aspect?
Dude, you picked a comic for us to read that is about a guy with another person in his head who he talks through. They show his correspondence in the comics through reflections and mirrors of him talking to this person. And in the end is saved by a mystic master of the mystic arts. Like,
and what's the difference there?
And now all of a sudden you're like, I can't get into Moon Knight.
See, okay,
like,
but no, let's do this.
You just recommended one of the comics. It's just this.
So let's do this. Let's apply your critical analysis. What's the fundamental difference between that Deadpool comic and this Moon Knight show? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
It's
funny. Personality.
They're true.
The first thing.
Yeah.
The Deadpool has a personality, and the way they interact is actually entertaining. And we do know Deadpool's history already, so it's not really a fair comparison, to be honest, because Deadpool has tons of history.
Well, I'm definitely
other comics.
I'm going to gravitate towards Deadpool because especially these
I'm saying you shouldn't have brought that up because it's totally unfair. You are not going to win this argument.
No,
because
it's not.
Deadpool has you have 3 episodes versus hundreds of comics. Which one do you think we're going to go to for more depth of character?
Dude, I'm just saying. You really like that, but at the same time,
I like
some of these concepts.
Yes,
but some of these concepts that they're using in this issue or these issues we read is exactly what they're doing in this show, man. Like,
okay, but having a car in a comic book and having a car in a show doesn't mean they're the same.
No,
like you're comparing stuff that doesn't matter.
No,
that's incidental
not,
stuff.
But they're using those tools that make an enjoyable story. And just
what they're using in Deadpool is the personal interactions, the character development, the relationship between Preston and Wade Wilson,
yes,
and the impact it has on her family. There's all these layers of depth.
Yes,
whereas Moon Knight again,
and I have read the whole thing, and I know how it ends. So
but so you're saying that Moon Knight, which has character depth whatsoever, is the same thing.
I'm just saying they're using some of the same tools that you do not like in this one. But
no, what I don't like is the lack of character. There's no reason for me to care about these characters.
I don't think there's lack of character. There's just that character you enjoy more. This character I enjoy more. So,
all right, I'll go ahead and agree to this. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Well, I'll agree to that.
Okay. I mean, if that's what it's got to come to,
there's no depth
then
of
fine.
character.
I
But
can't.
there's no depth of character.
I like them both, dude. They're different to me.
You're the one trying to do a comparison. I'm saying Moon Knight on its own has no character. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm saying there's multiple characters. There's more than one. There's all kinds of characters. There's character all up in that.
I'm talking about things like personality traits.
Yes.
And again, a depth, some sort of background, some way where you can kind of relate to the character. I have no reason to relate to Mark Spector or the other guy because I don't know anything about them. They're so shallow.
I'm just saying,
so poorly developed that they're basic. You could put anybody in there. It's literally, again, it's Power Rangers. It could be the Blue Ranger or the Green Ranger. I can't tell the difference. It's the same fucking thing.
Okay, if you say so, I can tell the difference.
Hey, if you like it, you like it. That's fine.
know. I'm not,
but
I'm gonna keep watching it. I agree with you guys on some things,
but just admit you like cheese, man.
I say that all the time, dude. I listen to The Weeknd. It's like my favorite thing to listen to. I love that guy.
Why would you defend it? Like,
what is The Weeknd?
If you had Swenson's in one hand and Twinkies in the other, and somebody told you that like Twinkies or that Swenson's was better, would you then immediately be like, no, Twinkies are better. They're just as good. They have the same amount of nutrients. They taste, because that's kind of what you're doing. You're comparing two things that one is clearly better.
I'm trying to tell you what I like. Okay.
That's fine. That's what, see, this is where you're misunderstanding. I like a lot of crappy things. I have to say this all the time. I like Cobra Kai. Okay. Cobra Kai is corny, but it's funny.
Yes.
However,
and I do like crappy things. And when something is crappy, I will say it's crappy. This is not crappy to me.
But you don't recognize. How is it not? There's nothing
because
here.
It's not crappy to me, dude. Like, I watch Fast and Furious. That's crappy, but I still enjoy watching cars do stunts. This show is good to me. I like it. I'm enjoying it.
What are you looking forward to, like, in the last 3 episodes? Like, what are you looking forward to? What
I'm looking for Jake Lockley's character, if they're going to bring him out.
I don't know who Jake Lockley is. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're not supposed to.
Well, why are you supposed to? How do you know that?
They just introduced a character.
Rob makes a very good point. If to the viewer, and again, these shows are not geared towards us comic book fanboys. If you were watching,
they introduced a new persona in this last episode.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't introduce us to anybody. They were like, I didn't do it.
Okay, well then, exactly.
I thought it might be Conchu taking over.
Well, maybe it is. Why don't you wait and find out?
Who the fuck is Jake Lockley? I don't remember him saying Jake Lockley.
They haven't said Jake
Lockley.
Why.
Exactly.
Okay. Exactly. Well, that doesn't. You didn't find that interesting at all.
I'll use
didn't find that interesting at all. Okay.
I was like, great.
Okay.
Now they're going to cut away and I won't get to see something else.
Any kind of intrigue, you're just like, no, I'm not for that.
But there isn't. Intrigued. That's what I mean. Exactly. They're not developing the intrigue. That's not on us to find it. It's on them to deliver it. Right. You're not supposed to be looking for it. They need to serve it to us.
Okay, so when the dude spins the world back like Superman, you didn't find that intriguing at all?
I thought that was cool.
No,
Okay, well, we just differ then. Like, I like different things. I'm sorry. I think they're doing a great job so far.
Again, it's not about what you like. It's about defending something that's not that great. So again, go back to Falcon and Winter Soldier. Falcon and Winter Soldier, I wanted to see Bucky's story. I wanted to see how he dealt with his guilt, how he dealt with that old man whose kid he killed. Like that, I was personally invested in that. I was emotionally invested in his story.
Villains.
Yes, and I want to see what happens with Harrow, and I want to see what happens with Layla, and I want to see if there's a third persona.
But why do you want to?
Because I like these characters. I like them.
Why? What's the journey they're on that you want to see end?
I don't know.
Thank you. All right. Yes. All right. That's all I wanted.
No.
Yes.
No, I'm saying
there is no journey. They're not on a journey.
You didn't let me finish. I don't know why I liked Moon Knight when I read it the first time. I found the whole world intriguing. The whole concept. He's just like fucking Batman. He's awesome.
I did too in the comic, but the show I'm watching is nothing like what I read in the comic.
It is.
I really enjoyed it. No, it's not. There's not even close.
There's some things that differ. But dude, you're saying like it can't be like the comic. It still can.
It can. Yeah, it can be,
dude. Like
it ain't.
So they introduced Stephen Grant, dude. They could in the future, like he could become a millionaire and he could start the mooncave and he could do all kinds of stuff.
Steve is reaching so hard. It's hilarious.
Dude, I think you really like the show because you really want it to be good.
No, that's not true.
You really like the comic and you got blinders on, man. And that's okay. That's okay. You're allowed.
Five banana stickers for Rob. No banana stickers for Steve.
No, that is not true.
It's okay, man. It's all right.
I tell you, if I didn't like it, I like it. There's nothing
here.
We know that. Nobody's arguing that. Nobody's arguing that. We're arguing the quality of the show, not your enjoyment of it.
Okay. We're okay with you liking it.
Dude.
Yes.
I understand.
But you got to understand, I think you like it because you love the comic.
No, it's because it's a good show. It's very fun to watch. I guarantee you people that have never seen Moon Knight are fucking on the edge of their seat right now. I guarantee it, man. Yeah, dude, this shit is fucking nuts. It's crazy.
If they're like me,
the whole concept.
They have other things they want to do, so that's why they're getting ready to get up and leave.
All right, come on, listener, come on, help me out, man. Tell me if you're enjoying the show or not. Like,
please do. Please come on Facebook. Yes, go on Facebook. Tell us
if you don't like
about Moon Knight.
If you don't like it, tell me I'm being ridiculous. But I really am enjoying the show, man, and I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. There's some things I would have done different, but it's not a bad show.
I think it's a dangerous precedent.
I got an update to. We need to get off this shit. So I got rid of DirecTV, so I lost my TNT and all that.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to watch sports. It's really
are you getting the Grizzlies game at all?
So I got Sling TV, and now I got my TNT and my TBS back too.
How much is that a month, if you don't mind sharing?
I got. I just want to make it through the playoffs of the Grizzlies, and maybe the Cavs, and so I got. There's no way to watch it, man.
Yeah.
You can't watch Grizzlies game with an antenna.
No, it's not on local TV. It's all. It might be on ABC if they eventually make it to the finals, because it's on ABC. They put Celtics and Nets or whoever. They put the big games on. So. Yeah. TNT and ESPN have the the Grizzlies games up until the finals will be on ABC, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But so anyway, got my TNT back, baby.
Well, that's cool. You got just a couple.
How much? Sean asked me a question.
If you don't want to share, that's fine. That's
I'll share. It's 25. 25.
Like a month.
$25 for I got the cheapest package, and I think it's $35. I got $10 off the first month, but Molly added the Hallmark whatever package. It's basically got Hallmark. It's got like 3 Hallmarks and I don't know what package.
Now that's those shows.
So that is $6. It's pretty cool because you can a la carte add-ons and stuff.
Those shows
a la carte, but they got like separate packages for like $6 a month. So I'm paying with taxes $41 for
that's not bad.
Just the channels that I want to watch. Like, you know what I mean? I want ESPN, I got TNT, and that's it. That's all I need.
Hallmark shows.
And I'm not there's no contract. So I can.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
just anytime.
Yeah,
and there's no. So what is that stream through? Do you need an Apple TV or a Fire Stick?
Fire Stick, Apple TV.
Okay, so there's no extra devices though.
Right now, I got the cheap package, so you can only watch on one device at a time. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
You can I think it's $10 more, and you can get like the orange and blue, which has a lot more channels. Like they have Fox and FX and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's only like I think their most expensive package is like $50, which is dude, I'm like paying a sixth of what I was paying for. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even more than that, like an eighth.
Right.
So when the playoffs are over, are you gonna get rid of it, or are you gonna keep it?
Well, that's up to Mrs. Hallmark.
Hallmark shows are worse than Moon Knight. Do we agree on that?
Yes.
No. That's not the same demographic.
Oh.
I can't agree to that because I haven't seen enough Hallmark shows to make that
I have
claim. I have not. So I don't think I've seen any, to be honest. My wife is really cool. She watches really cool shit. She's not a Hallmark channel.
She don't want the Hallmark
she watched
channel?
Sopranos with me. Logan and I are going through Better Call Saul now, which is a fantastic fucking show. Fucking hilarious.
And there's a new
Bob Odenkirk is great.
season of that with the guys from...
We're all the way back on the first season, though, so we've got a ways to go. But yeah, let's get into Halo real quick.
I haven't watched it.
Go ahead.
Today's episode.
You can spoil it.
There was a little bit of shooting today, not by the Master Chief, of course. Why would he pick up a gun? But Bokeem Woodbine's character, he shot like 4 or 5 people with a pistol.
Was he trying to save the girl or something? They
were like escaping. Okay. And so that was literally the extent of all the action on the show, on this hour-long episode. It's a whole like thing where Chief is going and where he used to live as a kid before he was kidnapped for the Spartan program. It's like this is worse than Moon Knight. Like this was the first episode of Moon Knight where I was like, I might have to turn this off. But every week with Halo, I'm like, I think I need to turn this off. Every episode I get like first episode's the only one worth watching, and it's only worth watching like the first 15 minutes.
Do they ever talk about Chief's backstory in the video game, like his past?
Yeah, it's all in the books. And dude, don't get me wrong. I mean, this is a story-based format. It's not a video game, but so obviously, in the game you want the action, but I would like a better mix of action and story.
Thank you.
And it's the ratio is way the fuck off for something based on such an action-packed video game. It's just the ratios are terrible, fucking terrible right now.
Seems very political. Like I didn't know that's what we were getting. And it's kind of like the prequels to Star Wars. It's like, really?
Yeah. Okay. Where it's stuff you're just like, I don't fucking care. I want to see. We haven't even seen the Covenant anymore since like the first episode. Like, I want to see people getting blasted with these fucking weapons, dude. That's what I'm here for. I don't care about the shit on Madrigal. I don't care about any of that.
Did he have his helmet on at least at some point?
I think for like the last 5 minutes of the episode, maybe.
Okay.
And let's talk about. Okay, so all the people they hired to play Spartans are really tall, including the women, which is really cool. Because like me, if you're a Halo super fan, you read all the novels back in the day, and they talk about how the Spartans are tall. They tend to kidnap the taller kids, and then they also augmented them too. So I think they actually grew a little bit bigger than normal. I'm not 100% sure on that. But they got these really tall actors to play these people. And the guy who plays Master Chief is so bow-legged, I think he has rickets. Like, it's so annoying. Like, anytime they do a wide shot, I'm just oh my God.
Now I'm going to notice that. Thanks.
It drives me fucking nuts. But, like, he doesn't look like that in the fucking video game.
He was his knees, actor,
he's got knees pointing east and west at the same fucking time. And it's like, it's very distracting.
It's kind of like The Wire, like at the stadium, or like the rope. You don't notice it, and then somebody points it out, and you're like, "That's all."
Right, and that's all you can see. Then,
God.
Remember old Municipal Stadium? Where
that's what I'm talking about.
There was like poles in the middle.
Yeah,
we'd always get
poles,
like stuck.
You can't. You can't see through the pole.
Yeah, we'd always get stuck behind those.
There'd be a wire like holding up the net or something, and I sat there the whole game, like half the game, didn't notice it, and then somebody's like, "Man, that wire is annoying." I'm like, "What? Oh, you idiot!"
No.
And like Moon Knight, I'm going to keep watching it.
Yeah.
How many episodes is this? Do you know?
I honestly don't know.
35.
Probably. That sounds about right. It sounds like the amount of torture they want to put me through with this.
So when did television all these streaming channels, like they don't go with the 23 or 22 episodes anymore. It's like watching British TV now.
I like that though. I'd rather have a series
like 6 or 10 episodes.
I'd rather have it be what it needs to be instead of being like, oh, we got to stretch this out for 22 episodes no matter what.
Yeah, because there's all those damn filler episodes. It's like we didn't need that at all.
Going back to Moon Knight a little bit, but also this applies to Halo. I think it's a dangerous precedent to just blindly love something because you love the IP itself. I think that's a bad thing to do. Like, I love Halo. I love every Halo game has been fantastic. Single player, multiplayer. I've read a lot of the books. They've been, they've varied in quality, but overall they've been good. So I think it's dangerous to just, and not dangerous, maybe that's not the right word, but it's just a bad precedent to let people know that, hey, it's okay to put out mediocre content. I'm good with it. Like, I don't think that's okay. I don't want more mediocre. I think that's the whole reason we got Spider-Man Homecoming, is because audiences let people let them know we didn't like Amazing Spider-Man. Let's get something, and then we got something really good instead. Same thing with after the Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. They didn't touch that for like 10 years almost. It was a long time before we got another Batman movie because they were like, oh, they really didn't like this. And what did we get? The fucking Nolan trilogy. And meanwhile, Steve's like, I love Moon Knight Forever. I hope everything is a sequel to this. I hope it's of the same quality.
I said I really enjoy the show.
Yes, you enjoy Moon Knight Forever. You are enjoying Moon Knight and Robin, basically, is what I'm saying.
No, and it's not that bad. I've watched cool. Batman and Robin. It is nothing like Batman and Robin. Please
You're
stop.
Right. Batman and Robin had a story to tell.
No, stop. Stop saying that.
It had villains. It had villains that at least looked intriguing.
Stop saying
why do you have a cold heart?
Chill out.
I'm not even going to get into this because we all know that movie was way worse than what we're watching with Moon Knight. So stop.
I could find it more enjoyable than Moon Knight, though.
No, yeah, you're just lying.
I could absolutely.
You're lying. You're lying.
But again, as a huge Batman fan, I think it would be irresponsible of me to sit through Batman and Robin and be like, dude, it's Batman. It's cool. No, it's not. It's not cool. Somebody serves you a plate of shit. You say, I'm sorry, I did not order shit. Could you? No, I'm not eating this.
How many times do I have just say my name? You're speaking to me. Like,
yes.
How many times do I have to tell you? I know, but
tell you what?
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't think this is a bad show.
That's not my argument.
This is not bad. I'm not supporting crap. It's not bad.
You are.
No,
you are being served a shit sandwich.
No.
You're like,
dude.
You're like Will Ferrell and Step Brothers, where those kids make him eat the shit. They make him eat the dog shit, and you're just like, I'm gonna eat the shit. I'm gonna eat it. That's you right now.
I find it more. I find it more interesting than Halo.
You're putting the show down way more.
It is better. It's better than Halo, and that's how bad Halo is. Halo is so bad.
What is Halo?
It's not better than what is it? The Flag's Death. What's that pirate show? The Flag Means Death.
Our Flag Means Death.
Yeah,
that was a fun show.
Dude,
did you watch it?
That was good. That
was a sweet, touching, funny show. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I hope they get a season 2.
What's the response then from Halo?
I think they do have a season.
No idea. Because here's the problem: is you go online, all you see is positive comments about everything. Like, if you go online and look at Morbius, they'll be like nothing but positive comments.
What's Rotten Tomatoes?
Dude, I don't even care enough about Halo to look up to see what the rating is.
I'll check it out.
I know it's bad. You know what I mean?
And it's like a Sci-Fi Channel show from 10 years ago. That's what bothers me too.
Better. Like, dude, I watched stuff on Sci-Fi. It was much better than this crap.
Okay, but that's my point. Is like budgetarily, it seems of that ilk, and story-wise too, where they're trying to hit a certain number of episodes instead of just telling a sharp, concise story.
I don't know what they're doing.
It feels very stretched out. And I don't like it. There's sci-fi shows I like. For instance, the Chucky series, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
It's a little uneven. It's not perfect or anything, but it's very enjoyable, especially
it's television. We've talked about.
Yeah, but that's Sci-Fi Channel. This though feels like, I don't know, back when they used to always have shows that seemed like a ripoff of Star Trek and Star Wars simultaneously.
Dude, Battlestar Galactica is one of the best shows.
I need to watch that. I've not seen that.
Okay, the second season I did not like, but the first season is just fantastic.
Dude, the audience score is actually lower than the critic score on Halo.
Really?
I've never seen an audience score lower. It's weird.
What are the scores?
69 for the other, and 56 for the audience.
Wow. What about Moon Knight?
I don't know. Let me check.
It's going to be like 196.
Steve's like,
comic book fanboys, right?
87 for critics and 93 for audience.
Yeah,
wow.
That's the comic book fans coming out. That's all it is. I can't
Not
go by any of
Morbius.
that. Well, it's because Morbius doesn't have fans. I don't know why Sony thought Morbius was like, yeah, this will do as well as Venom. It's like, no, there's a reason Venom did well. It had nothing. It's because he's nothing like fucking Morbius.
I can't wait to see Morbius, man. Like as soon as that comes out, I'm fucking seeing that.
I think it's just going to be mediocre. I think it's going to be
pre-order the DVD.
Oh, you think it's not going to be complete shit? You think?
Yeah, I think it'll just be like an average. Yeah, I think it'll just be like. I think that'll be its most egregious sin is that it'll just be a typical comic book origin story with nothing exciting, or it'll just be very bland. My suspicion.
You didn't like the way he was flying in the subway scene.
I just don't care.
But now that looks dumb as fuck, man. Like when fucking Moon Knight jumps off in his crescent shaped fucking cape, man. That looks fucking cool.
Morbius, I'm not going to deny that.
Morbius flying around with his fucking Sonic. What was he doing? I don't even know what he's doing.
Well, I just want to let the listener know. April 18th. The Batman is coming to HBO Max. You can stream it on there, or I think you can buy it digitally as well on like Vudu or Apple TV or whatever you use. So that's literally Monday, April 18th. Just past this weekend here that we're recording. So I'm excited to watch that again at home.
Why they waited until after Easter? That's kind of weird.
I looked at the date it came out. It is literally exactly 45 days after release date.
Okay, that's what they said. Yeah,
45-day window, and they meant it. Wow. Exactly 45 days.
That's something.
Yeah, I'll be buying that,
dude. I'll tell you what.
I've already pre-ordered it. I sent you the pre-order link. They sold out already. Did you get it?
For the money, I watched the hell out of my HBO Max.
Yeah,
dude, that has got some great. I'm watching cartoons again. I'm watching DC cartoon. I just watched. I don't think I finished it. I fell asleep. I was looking for something to watch. I was like, I wonder what kind of DC animation they got.
Yeah,
I'm watching something, some Justice League World War or something. I don't know,
dude. If I want something,
it's good.
I don't even go to Netflix anymore. Are you guys like that? Like,
dude,
Netflix,
I haven't watched. That's what I'm saying. I haven't even watched Netflix. Dude.
Yeah,
in forever.
I go to HBO Max or Apple TV.
And even Prime hasn't had anything good on lately.
Yeah. I tried to watch that Jack Ryan series a few weeks ago. It was they spent so much time trying to make the villain sympathetic. Like every episode was devoted to the villain, and I'm just like, no, he's still just a terrorist.
Jack Ryan or Jack Reacher?
Reacher. I liked Reacher.
Ryan, okay.
Watch Reacher. Ryan. Reacher's it's more fun.
Dude, the Severance finale. We got to talk about that, man.
Oh, yeah. Severance.
Holy fuck. What'd you guys think? This is my favorite show of the year. By far, man. I fucking love this show.
Better than Moon Knight?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Dude, I fucking love this whole fucking concept. I can't get enough of the show. Well, dude, when we found out when she was a Keegan or
right?
Yeah.
Egan.
Yeah. Holy fuck, dude.
Yeah, Helly is an Egan. Patricia Arquette is onto them. It's like she knows because he called her by her name.
Mrs. Sylvia.
And so she knows, but now he got to talk to his sister as himself. And I really like the way they did that scene. Like they didn't waste time. They didn't show us the part where he had to convince her. They just showed us where they had already reached the point in the conversation where she believed him. Yeah. And she's like, oh, are you serious? Okay. And then they moved on. I liked that. They didn't waste our time with that whole, listen, I got to tell you this. They got right past it.
They did set it up earlier where they showed how close they were too. So it was easier for her to believe him too when it came time to it.
Right. And that played off very believably. And then we had, what's his face? The Spider-Man do a flip guy got busted, which we knew where he's coming. Like that was like messed up the way he had to hold his arms like the whole time.
Yeah.
Like holy shit.
Dude, how long was he doing that for? How long do you think they were in overtime?
Like at least half hour to an hour, I'm guessing.
Yeah. So that guy just sitting there. The most out of shape guy is doing the most physical thing.
And he's doing it. He's fucking doing it. And you're fucking rooting for him too, man.
Yeah.
And then we see Christopher Walken's character. He's got a husband after John Turturro's in love with the dude, but obviously he has no way of knowing that. Christopher Walken didn't know he had a husband because he was severed.
Yeah.
So he goes to his house and he's in there with his partner, and you're just like, oh, you just feel so bad for John Turturro.
But he still goes to the door though,
Right. We don't know we don't know how that's going to play out, what's going to happen.
Fucking crazy.
And also, but here's the thing. He's going to go to the door and he's going to be like, oh, I don't know why I'm here. Because because the switches are flipped now.
Yeah.
So, it's there's
going to
so
be like
much going on.
It's going to be turned into a home invasion.
And then at the end, we see Mark running out. What was he yelling? He was yelling about his wife.
She's alive.
She's alive. Yeah.
She's alive.
And you're just like, oh my God.
He said her name though. I forget her name.
Yeah, because he's trying to shout to his sister.
Yeah.
And I was wondering why we didn't really see anything about Helly at all, and now I know why they saved that.
Yeah.
Outside there, why her Audi was so insistent that she was going to keep working there.
Yeah.
After just hang herself.
Yeah.
Mark finding out that guy of that book is his brother-in-law, and that is like. And that I just love that whole dichotomy that his innie found this thing and it was like his Bible, and his Audi is like, oh, this guy's such a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just that. I love that.
Even his wife is like, this guy's a fucking idiot, but I married him.
Right. He's a sweet guy. He's a good guy. That's what I'm after.
So
that's probably what Kristen thinks.
Helly R. What's the R for? Because it should be Helly E.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I do not know. Maybe she's married. Who knows? Like,
I don't know,
dude.
We don't know. But like, dude, I'm so pumped for season 2. That cannot arrive soon enough.
And Helly's she's like, this whole company's a fucking farce.
Yes.
Like, oh shit. Oh, it's going down. I thought Christopher Walken was just dead. I thought they just killed him. Like I was surprised to see him after that retirement party.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, I guess you just, as long as he doesn't know about what his innie knows, so they don't have a reason to kill him.
Gotta know about the goats. What are the goats?
There's so many questions still, but they still delivered though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I hate cliffhangers, but they gave us enough.
Dude, I gave us something, right?
They gave us
really
enough.
Set it up, but we got, Mark found out his wife was still alive.
Right.
That was really important to me.
One, yeah.
I can't believe we saw Keira Egan, dude. I was like, oh shit.
Right?
Like fucking hell. And that's his daughter. I'm like, fucking hell, this show's fucking crazy, dude.
But we've been following Mark on this journey. Let's just look at Mark for a minute. Let's just look at that character development.
Oh,
so we
boy.
get a guy.
No,
we don't know why he would do.
Why
would he do this procedure?
Don't even start with that
Mark,
shit. No, we've seen the whole show. It's not even fair. You have not seen all the movies.
No, I'm going back to the first episode, baby. First episode. He's crying in his car.
Yeah.
He's crying in his car. We're like, what's happening?
By the second episode, we learned why.
We think he's a villain. We think he's a villain in the first episode because of what he's done to poor Helly. And then we find out what she's done is to herself. And then they've all had this procedure. Then we find out his wife died, and that's traumatic. And we relate to him, and we root for him because we understand why he would do this procedure. Yes. We're rooting for this character. And then we meet John Turturro, and then he meets Christopher Walken. Now we're rooting for him. And like, that's character development. That's what I'm talking about. He didn't just put on a white suit and say, I'm the good guy. That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to give you an example of why you would like a character. That's what I'm getting at when I say there's no reason to like Moon Knight other than they said he's the star of the show. Okay. He's the hero. Please like him.
And GID is a lot different than Lumen.
We got to go back to John Turturro's character. Dude, he's uncovering crap. Like
his Audi. His Audi
had a bunch of files and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Dude, he looks like he's a war veteran, like his dad.
Yep.
Yeah. But he had all those files and was figuring out mapping people and stuff.
What was the last thing we saw of Mark's wife? She was being like let go or something, or
no? She walked back down the aisle to the basement.
No, they said put her. Was it the retirement
break room?
The break room.
No, wasn't the break room. What'd you say, Rob?
It's either storage or
No, there's a word for it. They have a certain room.
I thought they said the basement.
They might have said the base, but like they have a floor that they send people to, and I don't know if it was like a reprogramming thing or something. I don't know what's going on with that. But they set a name for, like, you know, send her back to whatever floor, and they might have said the basement, but I thought they implied that it was like
she's going to be reprogrammed,
or you just don't come out of there or whatever,
right?
Yeah,
or they put her on ice.
Dude, I would love to see just a survival horror movie through Lumen. Like, I want to see that so bad. Like, they open the door and, like Rob said, "Oh, here's some goats."
Right? Dude, this show could go anywhere. All right, so let's get to our comics.
Oh,
so
one quick thing. They did say there was a season 2 that is in the making.
Season 2 has been cleared.
Yeah.
So evidently that I read about the Severance. They've been trying to develop this since 2017. It's been like 5 years. I think since
I read about that too.
Stiller.
Ben
Stiller.
Yeah,
read about it or read the screenplay or whatever it was.
Yeah, he's been trying to get it in.
Rob be like, you can't pronounce Stiller, but then he'll be like, what's that guy's name? Dikembe Mutombo? Yeah. Stellar, Steinfeld. I don't know how you say that.
All right. Speaking of Steinfeld,
I haven't heard Mutombo.
I gotta tell the listener. I was watching YouTube or something, and something came up of like a doc of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Seinfeld is on it. Are they doing it? And I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. It was 4 years ago.
Yeah, Rob texted me and was like,
Sean.
dude.
I was like, dude.
And I was like, dude, that was 4 seasons ago. They did a whole Seinfeld reunion season. It was fantastic. They almost got to see a whole new Seinfeld episode.
How the hell did I miss that?
You got to check the date on those websites, Rob.
Right? These videos are not all brand new.
Wow.
But you should still. It's good. You should watch it. I've watched every season.
I want to. I forgot.
That season was another great one. All right, but moving on to Deadpool. That we covered Deadpool. I don't know what volume number it is, but this series started in 2012 with Jerry Duggan and Brian Posehn as the writers, and a whole host of different artists. Tony Moore, I think, started this series or this story goes from issue 21 to 25, I think.
Yeah.
And it was Jerry Duggan, Brian Posehn, and then art by Mike Hawthorne, who I believe has done the most Deadpool artwork for Marvel as far as like the most issues of Deadpool. I think he has the record for doing the most artwork for Deadpool. So this story it's like Deadpool versus Shield or something like that, or I can't remember the name of it, but 5-issue arc. This is I reread this just today. Now I read this like a month ago, and I told Steve to read it, and I knew he wouldn't unless we did it on the show. So that's why I made him do it on the show.
Yeah, I do. I remember that cover. I was like, oh, he said.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you got to read this. This is so funny. I was sitting there reading it today, and I'm laughing so hard out loud as I read this that Maggie is like, "What are you laughing at?" And then I'm like, it's a comic book. She's like, nope, never mind. I'm like, well, now I have to tell you. And like, one of the second issue of this 5-issue series.
Yeah.
There's a point where Deadpool is in a room with someone and he trusts this person, and then his phone rings and the person on the other end is like, that you can't trust that person or whatever. And he's on the phone and he just starts saying, oh, sure. Yeah, I can read you the serial number on my gun. Let me just slip it out of my holster so I can read it to you. Like, that's the way he goes about trying to stay in cover so the person who's trying to kill him doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was fucking dying. I could just read that and hear him saying that and delivering that line. And I was just fucking laughing like a maniac.
You know what my favorite part was? When he shot himself in the head to get out of a Tyler Perry movie.
How me is that? How me is that whole scene, dude? That is Mia at Eternals. So let me real quick backtrack, kind of just go over the basic storyline. Basically, Deadpool was promised a bunch of money for a job by somebody who works at S.H.I.E.L.D. named Gorman. Gorman turns out to be like a double agent. He's a bad guy, and he dicks Deadpool over out of his money. So Deadpool wants his money and he wants revenge. On top of this, and this is stuff that goes back to the very first issue of this run, he has a whole persona living in his brain of this woman, Agent Preston.
Emily Preston.
And she, to save her life in an earlier issue, this guy, this kind of mystic Doctor Strange type character, moved her consciousness into Deadpool's head. So he has dialogue with her. She's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. She's got a husband. She's got a daughter. No, she's got a son. And she's a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. So she's a pretty straight character, and Deadpool is obviously not. So you get that straight man, that whole dichotomy that's very entertaining. Because they go back and forth. They don't it's not like really contrived and stupid like that one TV show where he looks in a mirror and all of a sudden he switches personalities. What's that called? Oh, Moon Knight. Yeah. So you get this dialogue between the two that's always entertaining, but you can also tell that Deadpool has an attachment to her. He feels responsible for her, and he wants her to get out of his head. So they have these things.
He wants her to get back to her family.
Right. Yeah. And the LMDs, which they've touched on in the MCU,
life model decoy. I learned that from
That's correct.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
And so they build her. They make a life model decoy for her, but like Gorman uses it and programs it to do all this bad shit, like selling drugs and guns and mowing lawns and
raking leaves.
Like that's in her programming. Like those little touches crack me up. But basically, this whole thing is like Deadpool. He's going after Gorman. He's working with S.H.I.E.L.D. now. Agent Coulson shows up, which is kind of a big deal. He's well known now. And they get him onto this stolen helicarrier, this S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier that's been hijacked by these villains. And then basically everything from almost till the end is a reference to Aliens, which I don't know if you guys caught that. But there's lines lifted straight from Aliens. Lieutenant Gorman was in Aliens. He was the lieutenant. And then like when he's going through the tracker, the tracking device they have looks just like the motion tracker from Aliens. And the way he starts going through and just murdering all these like nameless guys, and they're like riffing on that, oh my God, Frank. He's like, oh no, I'm Frank. Like they all have the same uniforms on, so they're basically indistinguishable. Even so get a bunch of violence.
The cover was Alien too. The artwork on the cover.
Yeah, I mean they weren't trying to hide it.
Yeah.
But dude, there's just so many funny moments like with that. So the scene or panels, however you want to call it, the scene where Deadpool says he's going to check the serial number on his gun so he can pull his gun out casually. That's the person that's in the room is the LMD of Preston, but she's programmed by Gorman. So she's trying to kill him, and they're in a pizza shop, and she shoves him in an oven, and he looks over. While he's in the oven, he looks over, and it's a hilariously drawn panel too. He's got one eye like wide open. He's like, "Oh God, no! Does that pie have anchovies?" Like it's just like he's on fire. There's like flames on his body, and that's what he's screaming about.
Dude, that's funny you said that because one of my notes is Deadpool in a pizza oven. Like it was such a great fucking panel, man. He's like looking like right at you as you're reading, and there's like a piece of pizza stuck to his head because he's melting inside the oven. It's fucking great, man.
Oh my God. And then they fight. The artwork, I love Hawthorne has a very clean style. He does a great job with the physicality and telling the story and the violence and everything. Like chopping the head off. Oh, then we have Agent Adsit I know we've talked about him before. Scott Adsit is a real person who was on 30 Rock, who played a character named Pete Hornberger. And he's drawn to look just like him.
He does.
Yeah.
Why is funny. We read other issues of Deadpool, and there was like a ghost of Ben Franklin, and they mentioned something about him killing a bunch of presidents.
So that goes back. So if you ever, and I know you won't do this, but if you go back to read the first story arc of this series, like issues 1 through 6, it's called like Dead Presidents, and that mystic guy that you see in this briefly.
Michael
with the dreadlocks. he's trying to resurrect our forefathers because our country's in the shitter. And he does, and he brings back like George Washington and Theodore Roosevelt. However, they're like insane and evil. And so, and the only one that comes back that isn't is Ben Franklin. So Ben Franklin's ghost is around. They took care of everybody else, Ronald Reagan, but it's literally like every dead president, and they're just like homicidal maniacs. And but Ben Franklin, well, he wasn't a president, obviously, but he's like the only good guy. And so if you go back and read that first story, that's what that's in reference to.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember seeing the ghost of Ben Franklin in a previous issue we read, too, for the show. And
yeah.
I was like, okay, so Ben Franklin just hangs out around Deadpool?
Well, this story arc literally takes place like right after the other Deadpool story arc, that Good, Bad, and Ugly with Wolverine and Captain America in North Korea. That's why this takes place like almost...
Because they were talking about North Korea, so I figured that was it. Okay. That's cool.
I love when Agent Adsit gets his arm broken. Like that's a whole funny scenario. And I love when he says, "Oh God, help Deadpool, that was my gun hand." And Deadpool's like, "No, grasshopper, every hand is for gun." Like
yeah. And Preston's like, he's like, does this look bad? And Preston's like, don't.
Yeah, he says, "Tell him yes." Or he's like, "Am I going to be okay?" And she's like, "Tell him yes." And he's like, I can't lie. Arms are not supposed to do that. So, dude, he fights Batroc the Leaper, which you may remember from
I saw that.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And that's how Batroc is basically treated nowadays in the comics. He's not taken very seriously.
He had the curly mustache and everything.
Yes. Batroc the Leaper. I couldn't help but think of that when he was a Winter Soldier. I was like, son of a bitch. They took Batroc the Leaper and made him like kind of cool. Like, holy shit.
Dude, how great was it him sticking crossbones in a fucking hot air balloon and then he gets stranded out in sea and he's like eating birds to survive.
So that was a reference. I don't know if you know this. That whole thing was a reference to Watchmen. So like, and they show Preston's kid at the newsstand reading. In Watchmen, there's this whole device where these kids, they go to the newsstand, they read this comic about this pirate.
Yeah.
And so that's what that was. And that's why Preston's kid was sitting there reading. Yeah, that was a Watchmen reference. Very clever.
What was that? The Black Pirates or something?
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, something along those lines.
Damn, I totally missed that.
Dude, when when Agent Coulson pulls up and Deadpool's like, "Who is this guy?" Nick Fury's accountant. There's just so many great lines, and the story.
I see you have my money with a pillow in a pillowcase with $sign on it, just like I asked.
Right, just like you requested, and he does. It comes walking up with that. But yeah, Crossbones is often, and all I could think this whole time is like, "Fuck, I want to see this adapted for a movie. I want it to tie into that first storyline. I want Preston to be in his head. I want them to explain that because I think that'd be great in a movie to have. You get whoever to play Preston to do the voice." So he always has like that. It's a great way to have a sidekick without having a sidekick. So you don't have the lone hero type thing going on. And then, with S.H.I.E.L.D. and everything and just the whole thing where he's going through the helicarrier. And I love that it's just about money. Like he just wants revenge and his money basically. Yeah. And then like the last issue kind of takes a turn where it gets a little bit more serious. Preston they do a procedure. She gets her body back, but that's a whole thing. Like when you go into his brain, and that's hilarious. You meet all these other Deadpools.
He didn't want to let her go.
He did not. He did not want to. He liked to have. And she kind of calmed him down a little bit.
And he gets to kill. He gets to kill Gorman in the end too. He shoves him in the back of a trash truck,
and just trash compactor. Just him and Crossbones toss him in there.
And Gorman's trying to save his own life, and he's trying to tell Deadpool something important, and he's like, "Man," and he just hits the switch and kills him. He's like, "Probably should have listened to him, but well."
This is a brilliant little story. It's only 5 issues. This is a 4-star comic. Like a comic book that makes me laugh out loud. Those are rare.
It was fun. To be honest, it was a fun comic.
Rob, did you get that the Garrett reference? What's the guy's name? John Garrett. Remember from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? He was played by oh shit, I can't think of his name. Oh fuck. Anyway, I guess they said he was an life model decoy at one point.
John Garrett.
Remember, he was the guy. He was one of the main bad guys in the season of Agents of Shield.
I don't
Oh
remember.
fuck, he's a popular actor too. I can't think of his fucking name.
Robert Wagner?
No. Robert Wagner wasn't in Agents of Shield, was he?
I don't know.
And if only you guys had access to a device where you
Richard
could
Chamberlain?
look up any
Bill.
piece of information
I
you
always get
wanted.
He's
this-
the one telling me. I'm asking.
I always
who
get
he's talking
get
about.
this guy and Bill Pullman confused. I always get those two confused, and I can't think
Bill
of the other
Pullman?
guy's name. It's not Bill Pullman.
Bill
I
Bill
never
Paxton?
get Bill.
Paxton. Thank you, Bill Paxton. He played John Garrett in the show.
Did I just?
Bill
I don't. Is Bill
Paxton
Paxton
was
a person?
Yeah, dude.
What season was he in Shield?
He was the guy that trained. I haven't seen the show in forever.
Dude, I watched that like 10 years ago.
The main guy that was in love with the main chick. He trained him to be a badass.
Man, I don't remember.
Played John Garrett on Ages of Shield.
Yeah.
And then he was.
What
I don't
season?
know if somebody would play. I don't know.
I don't know. It's not important. I've derailed the show.
Bill Paxton.
I have
I
derailed
forgot he
the
was
show.
on that show.
Steve is. I need listeners to know. I mean, they probably know this already. We are all on computers to do this show with keyboards attached.
Well,
they are all internet connected.
I like trying to
all you had to do is
recall.
like open a window, type in John Garrett Ages. This is all I did. Type in John Garrett Ages of Shield. Bam. There
But
it is.
I think the main thing to take away is I actually recalled a name. So
Last time I
the
opened
wrong
the
name.
window up, my
I
computer
recalled the
went
name
dead.
for you.
oh,
You
yeah.
said Bill Pullman. I helped you get to Bill
I
Paxton.
said Bill.
Oh, well, shit.
Like, come on, man. I did half the work for you.
Why didn't you just say, what was it?
It's not
Twister?
important. Let's move
Why didn't you
along.
just say Twister?
'Cause I don't remember Twister. Was he in Twister?
No, that was Bill Pullman. Yeah, it was Bill Paxton.
Bill Pullman was in Independence Day.
Yes. They don't have
Sean's
nothing
that's
else.
Sean's favorite movie, Independence Day.
Dude, I saw that movie at the theater. I don't know if I saw it with you or not, but I was so stunned that so many people went to go see that movie when I saw it. I was like in the theater watching it. I'm like, these people are enjoying this. Like, this is entertainment for them. This is very strange.
Keith likes Twister. That's one of his favorite movies.
I'm not talking about Twister. I'm talking about Independence Day.
Independence Day. I went to see it because Harry Connick Jr.
Like, I
was
like
in
Twister.
it.
I saw Twister once at the theater. That was enough. I was like, this is dumb.
It's good.
Like, I don't care about tornadoes. Tornadoes are just a slightly better villain than what we have in Moon Knight, I would say. In that they're at least dangerous. They have about the same amount of personality, but they're a little bit more dangerous.
Disagree.
You would.
Twister was much worse than Moon Knight.
Oh, no way.
I disagree with that. I
No
disagree
way.
with that.
Twister
I
was...
disagree with that.
Okay, go watch it again.
I will.
Good luck.
I'll do that. I'll do that for you guys.
Have fun with that.
Steve, what comic? You said you were going to pick a Flash comic for us for this
No,
week. Do
I
you
didn't.
have that ready?
I didn't say that.
Flash?
I thought
Do
we
you remember that?
No, we talked.
Nope.
We talked about maybe.
Nope.
We didn't say no.
Yeah, I knew this would happen. I almost texted you earlier
No.
to be like, "Hey, remember you said you were going to pick a Flash comic, right?"
No, I said I
And-
could. I never said I would. I know. I have
Oh,
no.
okay.
I have not
Sure.
prepped. I have not prepped for that at all. Are we doing that
Wow.
next time? Because I will.
Apparently, we'll have to wait till next time, listener, because
Dude,
Steve
I
doesn't
don't-
listen
I'm
at
trying,
all.
I'm trying to find a good one, man. I don't know if I can pick a Flash comic because like they're just not as good. You can read the Moon Knight that I just read by Warren Ellis. I really enjoyed that. We can read that if you want to read some Moon Knight.
We did Moon Knight pretty recently. Let's do something a little different.
Okay.
Let's do. I have
We
a
do-
list here.
I thought we were doing Blue Beetle.
Oh, Blue Beetle. Let's.
You said we
see
were going to do
what's
Blue Beetle.
out there. I said we were going to do Flash. And that you were like, yeah, I'll pick out a Flash comic. I was
Dude,
like, if you
yeah.
pick out a Flash comic, we'll do the Flash.
That bullshit. You didn't tell me to do
And-
it.
Yeah, this is
Hey,
this
check
is
this
Steve's
out.
MO. No accountability, no responsibility.
Check this out.
So what is that? I know I see it's a Rocketeer, but like what
It's
Rocketeer
it's
is
that
that?
collected works I was telling you about by
okay.
by Dave Stevens, like the first 5.
Yes.
So that came in the mail the other day. I think that's pretty
Nice. Did you get that on eBay?
cool. Yep. And
How much was that?
That was only like $10.
Really?
Yeah, and I got this this Tool Opiate Square DVD.
Oh, you got that?
The Blu-ray, I mean. Yeah, so I haven't
Very
popped that
good.
in. I can't wait to watch that. Bunch of cool artwork in here, and then pictures of the band while they're recording the song. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, I don't really want to do Blue Beetle.
Oh man, I thought you said we were going to do it. You were all so excited.
No, I said we were going to do the Flash. If you listened, we were going to do the Flash. And you were going to pick which Flash story. Rob, do you remember this? Back me up, please.
I remember it too, but you didn't say.
Remember.
I said I can.
remember we talked.
You didn't say you wanted me to.
I didn't know if you were serious. I can't remember if you.
I'm dead serious. I would love your contributions. I said you guys been doing the show. Steve has been reading a lot of comics. He's developed his own taste.
Okay,
you pick a series. What does he do? He's just like a classic fucking Cleveland fucking Brown. He fumbles the fucking ball.
No,
dude.
you did
All
not.
he had to do. Dude, it was 4th and 1, dude. You had to go 1 yard, bro. That's all you had to do.
Stop. You did not say pick a comic. You said
absolutely I did.
You did not say that.
Absolutely.
You said you could pick a Flash comic. I was like, oh, okay, well, whenever.
Here's the thing. Here's the other thing. Steve again will vehemently and wholeheartedly make these claims knowing full well his memory is utter garbage.
Dude,
he can't remember anything.
Dude,
he remembers whatever we're arguing about.
Dude,
I listen to
the podcast, dude. I'll bet you.
Dude, I flat out told you $50. I don't remember because I know my limitations.
Right.
I bet you $50.
I don't know. Maybe
I could have made that.
I was asleep at the time. I don't fucking know.
I said I could if you wanted me to. You never told me you wanted me to.
Yes, I said pick out a Flash story.
Mm-mm.
So I was relying on you, which is my mistake.
Stop.
All right, so let me.
Somebody
not
pick
true.
A damn
None of
Holy
this is
shit!
true.
It's 9 o'clock.
This is all fake news.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we started extra late today.
Late.
Let me see if I can find what I'm looking for.
We can read Berserker.
Oh, I have one picked out. We're gonna do Iron Man Extremis. That's what we're gonna do.
Ooh, I know what that is. From watching,
I think it's like a
Iron Man
6-issue
3.
arc. This is basically, you will find that this is a lot of the inspiration for the cinematic
3.
Iron Man. Just that too, but just cinematic Iron Man in general. So yeah, we're gonna do Iron Man Extremis. Next week we will probably not be doing the Flash because Steve will have a new excuse as to why he did not pick out a Flash story for us.
Are you telling me to pick out a Flash story? Then
I'm telling you to pick out a goddamn Flash story.
Thank you. I will do it then.
Finally, after 3 years, we're gonna read the Flash.
Like he's been begging this whole time. I'm like, here's your opportunity. He's like, time to Cleveland Browns it up, motherfuckers.
No, you did not say pick one. You did not.
I absolutely did.
No, you did.
I did.
And you would have reminded me if you said pick one. Because
I thought about reminding you, but that was like, know me. I'm not going to do that because I'm not your mom.
No.
I'm not your mom.
No.
I'm not going to do that.
Stop.
I thought you would be so excited at the notion that you would be ready and raring to go.
No, we talked about this. I said I'm having trouble finding any kind of good stories. Like,
it doesn't have to be a good story. It just has to be a short story.
No,
that's the key.
It has to be a good story or you won't read it. And then I won't have anything to talk to you about. No, you will stop it.
I will not.
You will do like Green Lantern. You will give up.
I read almost that entire...
Long. That was a long...
That was too long.
He said, I almost...
And then you had to jump back and forth between comics.
I almost finished it. I did. I read like 37 of those 96 comics.
Wow.
That's pretty
close.
Yeah.
All right. Flash after... whatever we just picked.
So this animated show has got the Flash in it. He goes back in time, but we find out he actually is in a different universe.
Oh, not the 616. Oh wait, that's Marvel. Never mind.
Dude, I'm telling you should watch these animated flicks. They're good.
What are they called in Marvel? What are they called? Or DC?
You go to HBO Max and you look at DC animation and then just watch one, and they're all better than Moon Knight.
Like, do they have? Not true. That's not true. That's not true, listener. Don't listen to that. All right,
I can vouch. I've watched a lot of these, and Rob is correct.
They might be. I haven't seen them, so I can't say they're not.
Yeah.
So I'll check it out.
You like the Flash? I don't understand why you don't watch these.
Because I've got tons of stuff.
Are they better than the Flash TV show?
I've got.
Oh God, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, the one I'd recommend right off the rip though is the Flashpoint animation.
Yeah, it's good.
Like, watch that. I mean, that's all about the Flash.
I used to do lots
Watch
of things,
Flashpoint.
and then I had kids, and then we started a podcast.
Dude,
and
it's
running out of time.
animation
Oh,
and
here we go.
Running out
superheroes
of
with
time.
kids.
I've fallen asleep.
Here we go with the
Fallen
I
asleep.
don't have time. Don't say you don't have time. Say you don't want to make the time.
Yeah.
Because you watch the things you want to watch.
Yeah,
How many of the hang on? Once again, how many of the Fast and Furious movies have you watched? Have you taken the time
With
to
your
watch?
kids.
I watched those all before the podcast started.
You made the time, though. That's the point. You made the time to watch those, so you can make the time if you choose to.
No,
I don't know why you would not want to watch The Flash, though. That's what,
dude, I do.
I'm with Rob.
I do want to watch it. I just want to watch a bunch of other stuff first.
That just surprises me, though.
I've got all these.
Oh, that's right. You're watching Euphoria.
I got all these.
So
No, I stopped. I didn't like it because I didn't like it, so I didn't watch it. Unlike Moon Knight that I like.
Moonlighting.
Moonlight was good.
Moonlighting was good.
Moonlighting.
Remember
So
Moonlighting? That was good.
Yeah.
But I have
Bruce
a bunch
Willis.
of movies I haven't even
Bruce
unwrapped
Willis
yet.
and Sybil Shepherd.
Yes. I got all these movies I want to watch, especially the old ones like Cobra. That was fun as fuck. I want to watch some more like that. And Roadhouse. God, that was
Well, you
awesome.
got Evil Dead 2. Have you watched that yet?
No, I'm going
Do
to.
you have what? Do you own it or no?
No, I thought you said you wanted to. I could use yours because it was in like Dolby
You can't
Vision.
use mine. I was because you owned how many of the Fast and Furious movies again? And how many of the
them.
Evil Dead movies?
All of them.
I'm just trying to give listener so they know what they're dealing with when it comes to the critic, what this critic values when it comes to cinema.
It's not about value. It's about what I do. I buy everything. I have a ton of crap.
But not Evil Dead. But not Evil Dead.
because I didn't.
Or DC
I
I
watched,
buy everything.
I didn't. I watched it the first time and I was like, "It's all right." It didn't intrigue me like Moon Knight, so I didn't.
Or Fast
watch
and
it.
Furious.
Fast and Furious. I just like cars. I just like watching cars and car stunts.
Hey,
All right,
man,
but just to read,
Fast and Furious is what it is. It's
it is what it is.
Yes, it is.
I
You are
guess.
correct. It is what it is.
and it's not what it could be.
If it-
So just a reminder, Evil Dead 2 is where we're feel free to watch Evil Dead 1 if you want.
I'm
but
going
Evil Dead
to.
2,
you got them all, I'm sure, right?
I got them all.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down.
and feel free to watch Army of
different
Darkness as well.
copies of each
I have
one.
so many copies. I'll mail you some of my extras because I just have too many at this point.
Oh,
When you were
Aiden's
like-
gonna watch it with me.
When you were like Evil Dead,
Excellent.
I was like, oh, I gotta watch the first one. You know?
So don't watch that with the children. You will not hear me say that very often. I was very I was a different kind of parent. Like Logan's favorite movie by the age of 12 was Predator. So maybe even by the age of 10. So I was a different kind of parent. Don't show them Evil Dead. Jesus fucking Christ. Like your children are not ready for this kind of horror. Even as low budget and cheesy as it looks to you, I will tell you, I'll wait till next week to tell how I got into Evil Dead, how I was introduced to it, but it's not for kids.
My kids are scared of Zathura, so I'm not.
That's what I mean.
I'm not
Like,
going
yeah,
to
they
show them
can't-
Evil Dead.
Please, for the love of God, do not. I just want to, that way you can't be like, what the fuck? I don't want to hear about that. Like, you didn't tell me to pick a Flash comic. You didn't tell me not to watch Evil Dead with my kids. Like,
you did not tell me to pick one. I said if you would like me to, I will, but you never gave me the go ahead.
yeah, and I said,
Now
yeah, do
you
that.
gave me
Let's
the
do
go
that.
ahead, and there will be Flash in a couple weeks. So I'm sure the
Yeah,
listener,
take some responsibility. Just step up and be like, I'm gonna pick a fucking
dude,
Flash
you're the
comic.
one that
You ever
picks
think
the
about
shit.
that?
You're the one that
Just
picks
man
the
up,
shit.
man.
I don't want to pick anything. That's your job.
Oh, okay.
My
Man,
That's where
job,
we're at
my
now.
job is to sit here and get blasted by YouTube
You are very
for
combatant
liking
today.
stuff that I like.
All
That's
right.
my job.
Now, this is the first time I've wanted to make a soundbite where Steve says, "My job is to get blasted by YouTube." Like, that's the soundbite I want to
not
play.
true.
You have the
Ad
technology.
infinitum.
You have the technology. You can go loop
I
that.
don't agree with Sean all the time.
No,
I
we
didn't
don't
say you
agree all the
did.
time.
I said you guys. My job is to get.
The difference is I own
I'm
it.
not saying it again.
Steve's
I
job
own the
is to
shit
take
I like.
2 dicks at the same time, is what Steve was saying. That's his job.
Oh, sometimes
All right.
win some, you lose some.
Goodbye, everybody.
We all lose by watching Moon Knight. We're all losing.
Latest Gators.
So, all right. Thanks for listening.
Got it.